Hey guys, it's Kathy. I'm bringing you a review today, which I meant to do about a month ago, but I've just been too busy. But this is on a palette I received several months ago. You would have seen it in one of my hauls. I will put a link or something somewhere here, one side or the other. I haven't decided what. I'll figure it out when I edit this. Which will take you to the haul video for this particular palette, but it is the Lorac Pro Palette, and yes, I know I'm slow off the bandwagon for the reviews for this, but it was fairly hard to get in Australia actually, so I'm going to use that as my excuse rather than being lazy. But this is an eyeshadow palette, and it's quite slim. It was sort of done in this similar vein to the Urban Decay Naked palettes, where it's a sort of an everyday palette which has got colours and shades that you can use for everyday looks as well as then glamming it up a bit. As far as the packaging goes, I really like it. It's almost a it's a plastic casing, but it almost has a slight velveteen velourish finish. So it's actually, I think it's probably more rubber finish than anything. Feels like it has a little bit of give when you squeeze it, even though it doesn't. Anyway, the only problem with it is it does get dirty, and as you can see, mine really needs cleaning, but that's because I haven't done it in a while. So you get the palette, and you get a travel-sized Lorac behind the scenes eye primer, eyeshadow, eye primer sample, which is really, really good. Obviously, when you're using this, you know it's going to work with this, which is brilliant. So you open it up, and this is what you see, and that's the mirror. I will not blind you because that would be very, very mean. And you get, I think it's 16 eyeshadows. I should probably have looked that before I started recording this, but that's right, 16 eyeshadows. The top are all matte colours and the bottom are all shimmer, which in my opinion is brilliant, because all too often with palettes you have too many shimmers and not enough matte, or not enough matte and not enough shimmers, too many matte and not enough shimmers. So this is obviously well balanced. You could probably tell just by looking at this that it's already quite well used by me. I've been using this non-stop since I got it a couple of months ago. The reason why I really like this palette, it does have a full range of neutral colours, but it still has a few accent colours, which means you can come up with really, really dramatic looks. Say you've got a gold, you've got a purple, you've got a grey slate, you've got a red. So really the only things you don't have here in terms of colours is blue and green. So in terms of everything else, you can come up with whatever you want. Ooh, there's my little kitty. That's Lara. So that's the mother. Anyway, so I will quickly run through these colours. I have swatched them on my arm, and I will show you as I go through them. So we'll do the matte shades first, which is the top row. So I'll just run through them quickly and then describe them. You've got white, cream, taupe, light pink, mauve, sable, espresso and black. So that is the top row there. So starting off, you have white, which is funny enough just a matte white colour. Then you have cream, which is a matte cream colour. I like this one in my highlight because it's not too dated, it's just a nice warm vanilla colour. Then you've got taupe, which is a light matte brown. I know it's called taupe, but I find it, while it is a cool taupe, it doesn't have any addition of any sort of purple undertones. It's still a relatively true taupe. It might have a little bit of grey, but not too much. Then you've got light pink, which is a very light matte pink. I haven't actually used this one yet because I'm not a huge fan of light pinks, so I will get there eventually. Then you've got mauve, which as the name suggests is a mid-tone muted purple colour. Then you've got sable, which is a mid-tone warm brown, and I absolutely love this colour. I use it pretty well most days for sort of my crease and blending work. It is just perfect. Then you've got espresso, which is a very dark matte true brown, and then black, which is a matte black. With this black, it's not the most pigmented black I've ever come across. I think my Makeup Geek Carbon is still probably the most pigmented and most packing on the powder. So for the shimmers, I'll be using my other arm for this, but running across, they are nude, champagne, gold, light bronze, pewter, garnet, deep purple and sable. So starting off, you've got Nude, which is, as the name suggests, a nude shimmer colour. This has very slight pink undertones, versus Champagne, which again is a rather nude colour, which is great for all over the lid, but this one has more peachy undertones. Then you've got Gold, and the pigmentation in this colour is unbelievable. I have never come across a gold except in some pigments, which packs quite so much colour. Then you got Light Bronze, which probably is one of my most favourite everyday colours. I love just using this on the lid with a darker colour in the crease. It is just beautiful. Then you've got Pewter, which is actually what I have on my lid at the moment. Pewter is supposed to be more of a silver colour, but this one actually has more purple undertones. But it's still on the grey side and a bit of a steely shimmer colour. Then you've got Garnet, which is not really showing up here quite so much, but it's quite a good wine burgundy red colour. Then you've got Deep Purple, which as the name suggests is really, really dark true purple. It's so dark that if you layer it up enough it can almost look black. And then the last colour is Slate, which as the name suggests is grey, very dark grey shimmer. And I'm not sure if I've always found I tend to use it with the dark purple, and I find it sort of brings out purple undertones with the slate. I'm not sure that actually means that it has purple undertones in it, but it works really well together. So those are the 16 eyeshadows you get. Like I said, it's a very good range. In terms of the quality, brilliant. I have had no complaints with any of these colours. They're very pigmented, really, really creamy. They go on well, they blend well. If I had to try and find a single gripe, a couple of the darker colours like Espresso and Black, they do tend to have a little bit of fallout, so when you pick it up on your brush you just have to tap off the excess a little bit. But other than that, I think it's brilliant. The mirror's a good size. Really, I have no complaints with this palette. Like I said, I am a huge fan of this. It is fantastic. You get a good amount of pigment. They're not the largest eyeshadows that you've ever seen, but because there's so many of them, you're still getting a lot of product in this palette. It's not like it's shortchanged you in any way. I love the packaging. It's really slim. If there's one thing a lot of packages lately have been falling out, in my opinion, is they've been making them big and bulky so you can't travel with them. This is not like that. It's very small. It can just fit into a nice little magazine pocket or something like that if you're traveling. So yes, that's me babbling on enough about that, I think. I guess you can probably guess that I really, really like the palette, so would highly recommend it to anybody in Australia. You can get it through Taraz. I got mine off eBay, but you're obviously risking with eBay that... Look, I have a kitty. Sorry. You're obviously risking with eBay that it's not going to be a true product. With Taraz, if you're buying it through Sephora, okay, you might pay a couple of dollars extra, but you're obviously going to get a proper product. Say hi to the camera, kitty. Good boy. Sorry, he was just wandering past and wanted to know what I was doing talking to myself. Normally I talk to him. Isn't that right? So yes, that pretty much does this review. If you have any questions at all about the palette, please let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching and I'll catch you next time.